It's 11 p.m. Nothing is wrong. No emergency, no crisis, no real danger. And yet, your mind won't stop. You're replaying a conversation from 3 days ago, rehearsing something you need to say tomorrow, worrying about something that probably won't even happen. You tell yourself to relax. You can't. You close your eyes harder. Still nothing. Here's what nobody tells you about that moment. That's not anxiety. That's not weakness. That's not a personal failure. That is your brain doing exactly what it was built to do. And today you're going to find out why. But what you discover in the next few minutes is going to change the way you see your own mind forever. Picture this. It's midnight. Someone is lying in bed. The room is dark. The house is quiet. Everything around them is calm. But inside their head, it's chaos. They're thinking about what happened at work today, about what they should have said in that conversation, about everything they need to do tomorrow. They shift positions, check the time, stare at the ceiling. 2 hours pass. Still awake. Not because something is wrong, but because their brain never received a very specific signal. The signal that the danger is over. And here's where it gets interesting, because that signal isn't a thought. It's not a decision. It's not something you can just choose to feel. It's biological. And most people go their entire lives without knowing how to activate it. Your nervous system has 2 primary states. The first is called the sympathetic nervous system. This is your survival mode, your alert mode, your fight or flight response. When your brain senses a threat, real or imagined, this system activates instantly. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tighten. Cortisol floods your body. Every resource your body has gets redirected toward one goal: survive right now. The second state is called the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and recovery mode. When this system is active, you sleep deeply. You think clearly. You feel genuinely calm. Here's the problem. For your brain to switch into rest mode, it needs to receive one very specific signal. It needs to believe that you are safe. And that's not always as simple as it sounds, because your brain wasn't designed to relax easily. It was designed to survive. And that's still not the most surprising part. How many times a day do you check your phone? Not when you consciously decide to, but the times you just reach for it. Before you fall asleep, the second you wake up, in the middle of a conversation, at a red light. Why? Because your brain treats uncertainty as a threat. What happened while I wasn't looking? Is there something I need to know? Did I miss something important? Checking the phone gives your brain a temporary illusion of control, a brief sense that everything is monitored, that nothing is slipping through the cracks. But here's where everything changes. Every time you reach for your phone looking for relief, you're actually teaching your brain something dangerous. You're confirming that there's something to worry about. That vigilance is necessary. That danger could appear at any moment. And that reinforces the exact cycle you're trying to escape. You know this feeling. The workday ended. You left the office. You got home. You sat on the couch. And somehow, you're still at work, replaying what happened today, anticipating what's coming tomorrow. Your body is home, but your mind never left. Neuroscientists have a name for this. They call it hypervigilance. It's what happens when your nervous system gets locked in survival mode, even when the threat is gone. Your brain is still scanning, still searching, still waiting for something to go wrong. Not because you're broken, but because your nervous system never received the signal that it's safe to stand down. And what happens next completely changes the way you'll see your own stress. When your brain detects a threat, it releases cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. In genuine danger, it's perfect. It sharpens your focus. It gives you energy. It prepares your body to act. But here's the part that changes everything. Your brain cannot tell the difference between a physical threat and a mental one. To your nervous system, worrying about tomorrow's meeting triggers the same cortisol response as running from something dangerous. Same chemistry, same physical response, same level of urgency. And cortisol doesn't leave quickly. It stays in your body, hour after hour, day after day. Scientists call this chronic stress, and its effects go far deeper than most people realize. Trouble sleeping, difficulty concentrating, irritability without a clear cause, a constant sense that something bad is about to happen. Your body isn't failing you. Your nervous system is trapped in a loop that nobody ever taught you how to break. Have you ever gone on vacation and still couldn't fully relax? You were at the beach, the sun was perfect, everything around you was peaceful, and something inside you was still restless. You kept checking your phone, thinking about what you left unfinished, feeling like you didn't deserve to fully switch off. That's not a personality flaw. That's hypervigilance on vacation. Your nervous system never got the message that it was allowed to rest. And this is where a man who lived almost 2,000 years ago understood something that modern science is only now fully explaining. He commanded the most powerful empire in the world. He had armies. He had resources. He had absolute power. And every morning he faced the same internal battle you face. His name was Marcus Aurelius. And in his private journals, written only for himself, he captured something that reads more like neuroscience than ancient philosophy. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius wasn't talking about ignoring problems. He was talking about something far more specific. He understood that the chaos most people experience isn't coming from the outside world. It's coming from a mind that was never taught how to be still. A nervous system that was never given the signal that it's safe. And what he practiced every morning wasn't just philosophy. It was nervous system regulation before that term even existed. There is something your brain has been doing your entire life. And Marcus Aurelius found a way to work with it instead of against it. So what can you actually do? There's one thing your nervous system understands directly. No words needed, no convincing, no thinking your way to calm. Your breath. When your sympathetic nervous system is active, your breathing becomes short and shallow. When your parasympathetic nervous system takes over, your breathing slows and deepens. But here's what most people never realize. The connection works both ways. If you consciously change your breathing, you can change the state of your nervous system. A slow, controlled exhale activates the vagus nerve. That nerve sends a direct signal to your brain. No danger here. You're safe. You can rest. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly for 6 seconds. Repeat 3 times. That's not a relaxation trick. That's neuroscience. You're giving your brain the one signal it needs to switch modes. The signal that Marcus Aurelius spent his entire life learning to create intentionally. The signal that most people never send. I want you to understand something. Your brain is not broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Scanning for threats, anticipating problems, staying alert so you survive. That instinct kept humans alive for thousands of years. The problem is that today, you don't need that level of constant vigilance. But nobody taught your nervous system how to rest. And rest doesn't just mean sleep. Real rest begins when your brain finally receives the message it's been waiting for. The danger is over. You are safe. You can let go. That doesn't happen automatically. It requires practice. It requires interrupting the cycle. It requires giving your nervous system the signal that no amount of worrying, no amount of checking your phone, no amount of staying busy was ever going to provide. If this video connected with you, subscribe to the channel. New content every week to help you understand your mind and build something stronger inside it. And in the next video, you'll discover something that even the most disciplined people struggle with. The invisible traps that even the Stoics had to fight every single day. See you there.